Hello and welcome back to the bench on this fine Saturday evening, November the 4th, 2023. And just a little update on the Dragon Wagon, the Tamiya 1/35th scale Dragon Wagon. And yeah, we're just working on some of the details. The winch system that goes on the back side of the cab of the truck. And we've got some base colors going in here. It's a green model to look like oil and grime, old dirt and soot and grime and stuff. So that's starting to come along a bit. We've got some metal on the pulley here and a little bit of dry brushing along the edges and stuff just to get some exposed metal. So that's getting pretty close to looking good. And then we started underneath. Started the rust and grime and mud on the drivetrain and these chains along the back end, as you can see there, and it's starting to come along, starting to get a nice rust effect, I think. So far I've been using with this here, I've been using Hull Red Tamiya XF9 and some XF64 red brown and Panzer Aces, it's oxide claro or light rust, and Panzer Aces again with their yellowish rust. And I've been using the sponge, just sponging, little bits of sponging with the tweezers over top. So I've just been really thinning down the Hull Red and the red brown. I've just been really thinning them down with the thinner, with the X20 thinner, and getting a nice, like a wash almost with it. And I just keep building it up over top of my base green for now. And just until I kind of like it, I could find that I can play with it a bit with the thinner to get it to the transparency that I want, and I can remove it and move it around. So I'm kind of liking that so far. And then while that's wet, I've been just using a bit of the Tamiya panel line, the black, in the black. And I do have some in the brown, but I've been using it in the black just to get this really dark that I want around the chain. Get that to focus. And then around the chain and where the heavy lubricant and oil leak, I used it around the transfer case there in the rear end. So yeah, a lot of moving parts with this kit, moving steering and moving wheels. So yeah, I think it's starting to come along pretty good so far. It's late on a Saturday night, but it's starting to come along. And now I got my bagged parts here that need to be done. Here's my muffler, guns, and crane that goes on the back. So I think before I turn in, I think I might try to lay some of these parts out and get a base coat on them of the black, just get them primed out. And I think I'll just use the rubber black, the Tamiya. I forgot what number that is. It's one of my favorite colors though. I'll have it out when I come back next time for another update. But that is the Tamiya 135 scale update so far. We've got a little bit on the top, not too much so far yet, but it's starting to really take shape now that we're getting some colors going on with it. So I'm pretty happy. Here's just before we go, here's a quick look at the cab. There's the decals that we stole, and some of our own made up decals that we had over here for the Dragon. And we've got our insignia decals that we got off that other Tamiya truck kit, extra decals. So yeah, and there's just started to get some details in the interior, picking out some of the ammo boxes and fire extinguishers. Not going to be able to see too much once this is on from this side of the inside, but you still want to pick out some details for sure. So yeah, until next time, though, I think I'm just going to keep pushing along underneath here, get this all done in with the rust and the mud and grime, and well, not so much the mud effect, but the, you know, brown, rusty, dirt, grime kind of sort of effects building up towards our rust. But I think I'll wait for the mud until I get the wheels, the tires back on. So I think our next update is I'll get this bottom done to where I can get it flipped over and start putting the wheels back on, and we'll come back and see what that looks like, hopefully maybe tomorrow. So until then, from the Model Student to everyone out there in YouTubia, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you again soon. Cheers!